Hello everyone, it's Black Swan, and like my last video where I used my voice, I have allergies again, so I'm super congested, so I probably sound literally terrible right now. And speaking of that video, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support it got. I did not expect it to blow up the way it did. I mean, like 80,000 views is literally insane. I thought it was going to do terribly because I thought that really nobody cared about what I had to say because most people usually don't. So thank you guys so much for all of that, and I gained like 200 subscribers from that. So I just want to say that I thank all of you so much for all of the support, and I love you so much. And another thing that I wanted to say was I'm aware that not everything I'm going to say in this video will be deemed as controversial. I'm just putting that in as more of like a clickbaity title, and some of it might be controversial, so I don't know, it's like a 50-50 chance that it might be a controversial opinion and that it might not be. So there's that. Secondly, all of these are just opinions, so please don't put any hate in the comments towards me or any of the people I mentioned in the video. This is just for fun, and they're all just opinions, so it's okay if you disagree. You don't have to get all offended. Now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the video. The hashtag respect Leia thing happening in the Lumina community right now is really stupid. So if you're active in the Black Swan community, you've probably seen that under almost every single one of Black Swan's posts that doesn't include Leia, there's people commenting hashtag respect Leia. Now, the reason why I say this is stupid is because I don't understand why we need to be respecting her. I mean, we've been shown time and time again that she is not a good person. Because not only did she help spread the false accusations against Fatu, basically saying that Fatu had bullied her even though it was just a misunderstanding, she also liked multiple racist comments against Fatu, as well as having a few essay allegations. However, I'm not the right person to say anything about that, so feel free to do your own research on the whole essay thing. But yeah, basically there's really no reason we should be respecting her at all. And she doesn't really seem to care that she isn't quote-unquote respected, because she was literally seen in Brazil having the time of her life. Trust me, she does not care. Y'all need to leave the lineup alone, the current lineup alone, and just face the facts that Leia should not be in the group anymore. Honestly, if anything, DR is showing her respect by even keeping her in that group at all. Like, I feel like any other member would have been kicked out by now. Kepler switching out of their space concept to basically doing whatever they want is what's hurting them right now and will continue to hurt them in the future. After Wadada, I mean, it was pretty much obvious that Kepler was going to be an extremely huge girl group because of how well that debut did. However, Up really did not do nearly as good as Wadada did, even though it did still do pretty good on the charts. I mean, it was like viral on TikTok for like a good month. However, We Fresh was just like, it was completely forgotten. I mean, I forgot it too. And I'm not hating on Kepler when I say this. I actually do really like Kepler and their music, but We Fresh was incredibly forgettable. I think that the concept change has caused them to no longer have that much of an identity as a group, because when Girls Planet 999 first came out, it was kind of expected that they were going to have a space concept because the entire show was a space concept pretty much. So the fact that they debuted with a space concept that was executed pretty well, and then just completely changed it out of the blue is just such a terrible move, in my opinion. It very obviously caused Kepler to lose a lot of fans and interest from other K-pop fans because, I mean, they kind of lost their charm in the thing that made them so unique in the first place, because if you really think about it, nobody was doing the space concept yet, so they pretty much had the ability to start their own trend, and then they just didn't. So it's really frustrating to see that happen. Now, if Mnet decides to give them a space concept again, I don't know how much it'll really help them, because I'm not sure if they're too far gone or not. I'm not really sure how business stuff works, because I'm not a big business girl. So they might be saved by a new space concept, but then again, I don't know. So yeah. Y'all are actually dumb if you genuinely think that the whole IVE being coworkers thing is a complete fact. Like, the only real proof that y'all are using to prove that IVE actually hate each other and heavily dislike each other and are just coworkers and are not friends at all is that sometimes they aren't smiling when around each other. Like, I promise you, someone not smiling doesn't mean they absolutely hate the person they're next to. Also, people use the Wonyoung and Gao thing as an excuse too, but really all that was Gao being confused on where to stand. Like, that doesn't mean that Gao and Wonyoung are beefing behind closed doors. And another thing that you guys have to realize is that you don't know these idols' personal lives. Like, people are like, well, the reason why I think IVE hates each other is because this group are like this together. They're always hugging and kissing each other. Like, I hope you guys know that idols get paid to do that. Like, the whole hugging and kissing thing is part of their job. Just because they're doing that on screen doesn't mean that they're doing that genuinely. And you know what? I'll bring up the Leia and Fatu thing again because I feel like it's a great example that we really don't know how idols actually feel about each other. Because, to be honest, on camera, Fatu and Leia actually seem to be pretty close, but it's quite obvious that that was nowhere near true. So you can't just say that just because IVE aren't super touchy and loud and chaotic with each other, it doesn't mean that they absolutely hate each other. Also, just because your faves are all up in each other's faces, they aren't soulmates and destined to be together forever, because that is just not how this industry works. So please stop acting like you know these idols IRL, because you really do not, like, at all. K-pop stans don't care about racism, they just care about making their faves look good. This opinion was the main reason why I put controversial in the title, because I feel like a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying this. But you guys have made it very obvious that you really do not care about anything that your faves or any other idols do that is racist or that just harms any community in general. The example that I'm going to be using are the way that Stray Kids antis treat Stray Kids and their so-called reasoning for being so hateful towards Stray Kids and like practically obsessing over them. And I know there are many other examples of this, but I'm using Stray Kids because I'm a stay myself, so I kind of see it a lot more. And before you guys go crazy, yes, I am aware that you have every right to not like Stray Kids for all the problematic things that they've done. Because, I mean, I've even considered unstanding them myself because they have done some pretty messed up things. But if you're just someone who just in general doesn't like them, like you're not making like 30 posts on TikTok talking about how terrible Stray Kids are and how much you absolutely hate them and you wish death upon them and you just wish a whole bunch of terrible things upon them, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the weirdos who seem to be more fans of Stray Kids than stays themselves. Like, it's actually concerning how many Stray Kids antis I've seen be straight up racist, homophobic, transphobic, and fatphobic to Stray Kids, and for literally no reason. Like, they say that they hate Stray Kids for their racism, but then proceed to be not racist, but like I said, racist, transphobic, homophobic, and they also make fun of self-harm a lot, which I also find really strange. And a lot of the people who hate Stray Kids for their racism are also people who stan racist groups. Now, I'm not going to name any names, because I know if I did, I would get absolutely flamed and possibly get my personal information leaked, because K-pop stans take everything to heart. Like, I could say one slightly bad thing about a group and y'all will lose your shit. Another thing I find weird is that every single time a stay calls out the Stray Kids antis' hypocritical behavior, all of a sudden it's, yeah, but my faves apologized and it was a long time ago, blah, blah, blah. Which I've always found that excuse to be so useless and stupid, because from what I know, Stray Kids have apologized for almost everything that they've done, and also apologizing doesn't automatically mean that the person who did it is no longer racist. Like, saying a little, oh, I'm sorry, does not automatically dismiss them from everything that they've done to offend people. The fact that you can sit there and call stays absolutely horrible people for standing Stray Kids, or other K-pop stans for standing problematic groups that you don't like, bad people for standing their faves, and then turn around and just completely disregard the people who are offended by the things that your own faves have done, is honestly hypocritical and shows that you really couldn't care less about racism. You guys obviously don't know what a pick-me is, and the people who are calling various female idols pick-me's are the pick-me's themselves. According to Urban Dictionary, a pick-me girl is a girl who seeks male validation by indirectly or directly insinuating that she is not like other girls, basically a female version of a simp. The idols that I see being called pick-me's the most are Wonyoung of IVE and Yuna of ITZY. And to be honest, I cannot think of a single example of either of these girls looking for male validation or claiming that they're not like other girls. Like, I genuinely find it weird how you guys are just like calling out random ass people and saying that they're pick-me's. The only proof that I see people making of Yuna and Wonyoung being pick-me's are videos of them doing Aegyo or being cute or just like trying to be funny, which I don't think makes them pick-me's. Like, I never knew that saying bless you in a funny way automatically means that you're a pick-me and you want male validation and that you think that you're not like other girls. Oh yeah, that's because it doesn't. Like, it honestly makes me feel like these people don't know what a pick-me is at all and are just saying that they're pick-me's because other people are saying that they're pick-me's. And this, believe it or not, does make you a pick-me because you want validation of other people because they have an opinion, so you want to have that exact same opinion too. You people want attention so badly that you're willing to tear apart a 17-year-old girl for daring to eat a strawberry with 2 hands. Like, that's how insane this whole pick-me thing has gotten. To be honest, I think if I see another K-pop stan use the word pick-me to describe a female idol just existing, then I think I might actually go insane. And for the last opinion of this video, it's okay to be a solo stan. When I say solo stan, I'm not talking about the people who say they like a member of a group but then proceed to hate on the rest of the members of the group. I'm talking about people who just in general only have interest in one member of a group and really don't care about the rest of the group. For example, I'm a Mark Lee stan, but not an NCT stan. Like, I personally just haven't been super interested in the rest of NCT, and I have really nothing against NCT. I just happen to like Mark. Like, he always stood out to me. I really like his rap style, and I think he's just in general a really funny guy. So I would consider myself a Mark Lee solo stan. To be honest, I always find it weird whenever K-pop stans feel like you have to like every single member of a group to be a real fan of one of the members of a group, which I really don't agree with at all. Like I said, I've just never really had interest in any of the other NCT members. And it's not because I hate them, I just don't have any other interest in them, which is probably how a lot of other people are. They just happen to like one member and they just haven't really been able to connect with the rest of the members, which is fine. I don't know why people act like it's such a crime to only like one member. It's completely fine. Like, it's actually really normal. And now we're at the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, feel free to like the video and subscribe. Also, if you did disagree with anything I said, put it in the comments, and if you agreed, also put it in the comments because it helps boost the video, so please comment. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. So stan Red Velvet, I love you, and goodbye.
What you want, I got what you need. My